Now for the Great Day Morning Mix, Merriam-Webster Dictionary is out with its word of the year. You know, every year, America's oldest dictionary chooses one word to recap the year, and this year's word is authentic. The dictionary says there's been an increase in online searches for the word thanks to stories and conversations about AI, celebrity culture, and identity. The word can be defined as, quote, not false or imitation and true to one's own personality or spirit. You see so much of that with just, especially with the AI, but also just on social media, people being their authentic selves, right? Their authentic personality. So it makes sense for this year. But when I first saw it, I'm like, authentic, that's it? And then as I start thinking, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense this year.
Well, some other words that were up there on most search was implode and deepfake.
Deepfake, that was another big one.
The opposite of authentic. And I saw in an NPR article, it said, well, this word was definitely not generated by AI. Authentic.
Yeah, no, authentic. That's it. AI didn't want to be that. You also had coronation was one this year.
Interesting.
Indict. We had a lot of that, settled that word a lot this year, and doppelganger. You know what I found really interesting? A lot of slang is getting put in now.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that.
So I don't know if you saw it, but Riz, have you heard the word Riz?
I don't even know what that means, but I hear it all the time.
Charisma. Well, when I first heard it, I thought it was a little inappropriate, but apparently it's your charm and your charisma, or to charm somebody.
So we're
Our PAs that are a lot younger than us are laughing at me right now because I'm like, why did I just say that word?
They know.
But yeah, lots of words to think about this year.
All right, someone who's got a lot of Riz is Jennifer Lopez, and she's releasing her first solo album in a decade. The album, This Is Me Now, will drop on February 16th. The first single, Can't Get Enough, will be out January 10th. Lopez says the album will focus on her tough childhood, unsuccessful relationships, and the emotional journey she's experienced. It will also include a track titled Dear Ben Part 2, a throwback to her 2002 song Dear Ben about her now husband, Ben Affleck. Very cool.
So excited to get new music from her. I watched a little kind of preview video, and it's just great to hear her voice again. You know, I love seeing her in the rom-coms, but to have her back making music, it was like This Is Me Then was her 2002 album. So This Is Me Now. We've seen a lot in the last decade of J.Lo.
She's a comeback queen. Like, there's so many of them, but she's not going anywhere. She's going to have, like, This Is Me Way Then.
And she's still going to look fabulous while she does it.
Yes, she is. And there's a movie coming out alongside this new project, which will focus on also her relationships. And they said expect it to be, what did they say, intimate, funny, quirky, everything J.Lo is.
You know, I guess that's the benefit of streaming is we're getting things like this, whether it's the Taylor Swift, Beyonce concert films or just behind the scenes, like getting to know maybe a little bit more. Obviously, they may control the narrative a little bit, but get a little bit more behind the scenes. All right, expect to see reruns of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert this week. Host Colbert is recovering from surgery for a ruptured appendix. He also missed some shows last month, if you remember, after he tested positive for COVID-19. And that was just after weeks from returning from hiatus due to the writer's strike. But he said he's feeling well, family's taking care of him, but it was a big week for him, a lot of big guests that he had. So it's kind of canceled this week.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Ever since COVID, it's like people are just so much more understanding. I think about sickness and illness because COVID was everywhere. And it's like, can't come to work, sorry, COVID. We're like, oh, okay, we get it. So, you know, we just can't wait for him to come back because he's hilarious.
He had done one of his shows from home in October, but I don't think you can do it here. So just get better, Stephen. We want you back.
We miss you.
Full and